Welcome back to Palm Central Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Uncle AK, and I got my other host with me, beginning with Terz. How you doing? How you doing, girl? Smile a little bit. Smile a little bit.
You know, they don't tell women to smile.
Why not?
Because it's rude.
Voila. So we don't ask for age. We don't tell you to smile. Okay, don't smile now. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Can't complain. Another day. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Tutu, how you doing? How you feeling?
Hi, I'm good. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, so sorry.
How's everyone doing?
Good. It's been long. You haven't talked about tacos. You don't eat tacos no more?
It's Taco Tuesday. I had tacos the other day, but it wasn't on Tuesday, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Hannah, how you doing?
I'm good. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm good. How are you, AK?
I'm great. Like I said, can't complain. It's another day in the office, so happy to see you guys. Today we will discuss a few things that, it's one of them, especially literacy, that's been challenging, but you guys will see why. Anyways, today is September 9th, I believe. Yeah, September 9th. And we're talking about the power of words, the politics of education, and the path to knowledge. It is International Literacy Month. And that was September 8th, the International Literacy Day. And then September 21st is World Peace Day. So today we'll explore how literacy education and degrees connect to opportunity, recognition, and success. And to unpack this, I have an icebreaker question for you guys, right? If you could become fluent in any new language, something you don't speak right now, which would it be and why? What's the first thing you would like to read and say in that language?
I was really thinking about this. I think for me, it would probably be Portuguese because I really want to go to Brazil. I don't know why. It's just been like a dream trip. I don't know what I would say or read, I guess. If I just automatically became fluent, I don't know. I think I would just try to like talk to somebody and just test my skills, but I don't know if I would say anything in particular.
I saw this and I was thinking about it. I don't know. I honestly don't know what other language I would want. I feel like Spanish is so cliche. French is so cliche as well. I don't know. Like, I don't think I've ever thought about a language that I would want to speak. I would say if I had to choose, I'd probably go with Spanish. That's because it's like the most other used language, I guess. Like when somebody says they're bilingual, granted, you have other languages that you can be, but it's like Spanish is the most known. So yeah. What I would say, yeah, I don't think I'm here with Hannah too. I don't think I would say anything in particular. Probably just have a conversation and see how that goes. But yeah.
Did you guys hit the boring button before, coming on this?
Not the boring button. I don't know what other language you want me to say. I don't know.
Like, come on, man. Like, you guys didn't even, like, before you guys would explore something like this. Now they give you an opportunity to explore. You're like, man, I don't know which one to pick. Like, okay, T, come on. Please save these girls. Come on. Hit me. Save them, please. What you got?
Apart from, I was gonna say my mother tongue, but let me do something out of that. I think it will either be Yoruba or Lingala.
Okay.
I was gonna say Yoruba, but then I was like, let me not do too much. I really would, because the ways Yoruba speak, it's cool. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really cool, but
it's a lot of vowels. It's kind of similar to my mother tongue. It has a lot of vowels. So I've just always admired it. One of my very first friends that I ever had was Nigerian, Yoruba, and just the way they spoke, the culture, everything, I've just loved it ever since. So
yeah.
guess that would be the first thing I would do. Go and spend some time in Yoruba land.
What would you like to say or read in Yoruba?
Ooh, I don't know. Hopefully it comes with talent. Maybe write some music and sing it.
Okay.
That way I can save it when the magic wears off. I can have proof that I spoke the language at some point.
This is not magic. It's something you know what I mean? So, okay. Thank you. Let's go back. Tutu.
What would you do?
Me, I would like to speak Afrikaans. No, sorry, Zulu. All that.
Like the South African ones?
Yeah, all that. Like, I just want to be singing it so I could be hearing in my ear. I think it's kind of cool to be hearing, that thing, like, singing in the back of your, whatever. Anyways, I think it'll be pretty cool. Yeah. I do enjoy watching South African shows that they're speaking Zulu just for that. I don't read the subtitles. I just hear that smack and keep it moving. Yeah, pretty cool. One thing I would like to know is where's the bathroom? For one, where's the bathroom? And then I want to eat.
But you already know how to say. You already know how to speak
I was
it.
gonna say, if you're fluent, that'd be the least of your.
That's the first thing you want to say as a fluent person.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, the food, food now. I got to ask for food, I got to ask for food. Food is very important. I think air, things like that come natural, but food, somebody got to cook the food, in that culture. So, yeah, I got to ask for food. And I forget what the other one I said.
The bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom, yeah. After eating, you got to show me where the bathroom is so that, yeah.
Seeing that you were talking about boring, but I thought you were gonna come up with something.
Like, I'm thinking this man is gonna sit here and say something like, wow. I'm gonna be like, this man said Afrikaans.
And I want to go to the bathroom.
I want to eat and go to the bathroom.
Can you speak it?
Speak what?
Afrikaans. Can you speak it?
Nope.
Yeah, so, yeah. At least, The thing I had originally to say, it's not PG-13, so we'll just go on. Huh? Okay, go ahead.
As much as what's going on in the world, yeah, I really think Russian is actually cool. Like, Russian language is actually fire. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm thinking about it because I have a Russian aunt, a Ukrainian aunt, let me say that. And when she speaks, I'd be like, that's mad cool. Like, the way that it'd be so like, what are you saying? But I don't know. I just think it's cool. Now that I'm thinking about it, Russians, yeah.
How your auntie find herself in Ukraine?
Yeah, huh?
How your auntie find herself in Ukraine?
My uncle studied in Ukraine. My uncle's in the military, he's in the Navy, and he studied in Russia. My aunt's from Ukraine. They fell in love, and yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Okay. Well, thank you guys for participating in the icebreaker. French is a very cool language, by the way. So stop saying that it's boring. It'd be very good. But you're a non-speaking French person, you don't even understand. So don't come for French. They
say it's the language of love.
Yeah. If you put Spanish and French and you pick Spanish, anyways.
That's what I did in school.
Wait, if you put French and Spanish and they say pick one for survivor, you pick Spanish over French. That's all I'm saying.
For survival is not for educational purposes. So bet your ass I am picking Spanish.
Yeah, French is hard.
Not that it's hard, but if it's to survive, Spanish it is.
That's where I feel like yes, but yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Actually, my K through 8th grade school was a French speaking school. And so my kindergarten and first grades were all in French. And then in 2nd grade, half of the day was in French and half of the day was in English. But then by like 5th or 6th grade, they ran out of French teachers at the French school. Yeah, because anyway. So then my principal started teaching us Spanish during lunch on like Fridays. And then, yeah, so when I went to high school, I just kept with Spanish.
So if we now ask you to give us French words now, can you give us?
Je parle un petit peu.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So what that mean? Translate it.
A little.
it's always interesting to hear Americans do like
The translation.
speak a different, like French. The accent is sometimes you have to listen really hard. Okay,
No,
Hannah,
I don't have a
see
good
you.
French accent.
And how's your Spanish?
I would say my Spanish is better, but like not, I feel like more in conversation.
Hola,
Like,
¿cómo estás?
bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, 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 bien. Okay. Oh, no, that's how you're gonna get for me.
Yeah, no, I have like a lot of Spanish speaking patients actually. So like that's when it gets really hard because you have to do like physical therapy, but in Espanol, you know. So
Oh, girl, yeah, y'all are strong. I commend y'all for y'all that could. When I be trying to speak Creole, Sierra Leone, but when I get stressed out, I switch to English real quick. Yeah, no.
there's a lot of Spanglish, don't get me wrong. Like, and then they'll usually have an interpreter or somebody. But sometimes the interpreter will be like, I'm gonna take a break. You know, I'm like, no. I still need you. Like there are some words I don't know.
Yeah, it's like my mom always says, if you don't learn the tribal language, if I have to tell you run, and there's a lot of English people around, how can I tell you? I mean, how would you understand? I mean, if I say it, how would you understand? Well, if you have to tell me run, how would you tell me without saying it in English? And yeah, sometimes when she gets to like scolding at somebody and ask you a question in the tribal language, when somebody's yelling at you, it's kind of hard, to respond in the vernacular, right? So you just end up responding in English and then you collect the slap because how come you disrespect me? Me talking to you in the tribal language and you respond to me in English. Are you mad? So I guess that kind of forced us to, to learn our tribal language.
You know how to speak it?
I was just saying, don't ask me to say anything. Like, doesn't say anything, but I can understand everything. But I do know how to speak it though. Right now, currently, I would love to take a class on it just to perfect it. But I do know at least 45% of it.
Oh, that's better than 0%. I have an aunt my mom's aunt, that my great aunt, she only speaks Timini, which is my mom's tribal language. So anytime we like talk to her, something like that, she'll speak in Timini, and I'd be looking at her like, sis, if you don't Google Translate or if you don't get somebody to translate, we ain't having this conversation because I don't know what you're saying. Like I hear her say my name, and I just like, okay, but I don't know what you're saying. So usually my mom will have to translate and be like, you need to know to me, and I'm like, but you can't even speak it yourself. So yeah, I think this all plays into the conversation, but like my mom could understand it, but my mom doesn't speak it as fluent as like her elders, stuff like that. So she didn't teach us how to speak it. So now when she be like, you need to learn, I'd be like, okay, girl, we in the same boat, so we both need to be in the class because we both don't know how to speak it. But yeah, it kind of falls down.
Know what I mean? Okay. Let's switch gears. Let's get into why we're here today. Let's start with literacy, right? Ask you guys this. Does reading matter in today's society? Well, let me rephrase that. Learning, like back in the day, how you go through the traditional school route, you start in kindergarten, however, the thing goes in America, I started in high school here, guys, so don't fault me, but high school, college, and if you want to keep going, masters, doctorate, all of that stuff. Now, we're in an era where, I don't remember last time. If any of us can actually say they asked for the degrees. I don't know about you, Hannah, in the health sector, but for me, nobody's ever asked me for the degrees. Anyways, let me ask you this: are you guys using your degrees? Has anybody asked you guys for your degrees of late? I think we all have different fields here. Speak for it for a bit, T, please. Like, as in, speak for it. You said like they asked for your degree, right? So can you speak for it? Because I mean, I cannot tell you the last time I ever heard somebody ask me, what degree do you have?
I think all my previous jobs, none of them ever asked for my degree, except my current. So I was actually surprised because nobody has ever asked to see it. So I just, I'm like, I don't know if they have an alternate way to verify that information. I'm assuming, but this is that was during my what you call it, onboarding process. That was the first time they asked me to upload copies of my degrees. So I was like,
You're shocked.
I was shocked because, like I said, it's the first time that anyone has ever asked to see and prove. So
yeah,
that was interesting.
No. Communications, you don't, not necessarily. You could have a master's, you could have you could have a master's. I'm not even using my master's. I think I got my job off of my bachelor's. I think it's more like networking and connect. I remember when I told them I was like, I'm trying to go get my PhD. Everybody laughed at me and was like, what you about to get your PhD in? Like, you're already in your field. So what exactly could you get? And I'm just like, yeah, I don't. If somebody was to ask me, I'd be like, y'all gonna have to wait. Because first of all, my degrees are not even here with me in the same state. So that's how you even know I'm so used to not talking about it that I don't even have them with me.
Yikes.
You don't keep digital copies?
Okay. They give digital copies?
That girl said, man, I don't need this.
No, they give digital copies of you could ask for it, or they give it to you.
Or you just scan it.
That's right. Girl, that thing, I got the degree from my daddy, so it's sitting on his wall.
Yeah, better scan that thing and put your phone just in case. Somebody play with you. You'd be like, man, I got proof of this. Don't play with me. Yeah, we're all in different fields here. Communication, safety, health. Well, yeah, all different. Anyways, Hannah, your own is in health. Do they ask for your degrees, or what do you guys even use, Seth?
Huh?
What do you guys use? Like, just curious. Yeah, I'm really curious. I don't know. Like, what do you guys really use?
What do you mean?
In terms of like degree certifications, like what did I ask?
So I'm a doctor of physical therapy. So I had to basically tell the state of Michigan, I had to show that I completed the program, that I also passed my board exam. There's like a national board exam. So for a lot of health fields, basically like after you complete the program, you just get the certificate that you completed it, right? You still have to take a national exam that says that you are qualified to practice that. So that's the same for medical doctors. It's the same for like lawyers too, right? You have to like take the bar or whatever. So then after you get your national license, then I have to get my state license because each state has different rules. And so all of my credentialing, I have to show that to the state of Michigan. That way they give me a 2-year license, and then I have to show all of that to my job. So my mom, I think, has my actual degree, so I'm with you, Tutu. But I have to like have a copy of my license to practice like wherever I am. No, not wherever, like in my office. And it has to be like out in the open. So yeah, they're 100% asking what people have. And you have to like show it.
Okay, you said 2 years. That means after 2 years, you got to go retake the board exams.
Oh, no, sir. Thank you, God. No, sir. No. Whew.
That's about to be like,
No, don't let your license expire and then you don't have to take that exam again. But every 2 years, basically within the 2 years, I have to do, it's called continuing education or professional development. And so basically you have to do, there's a whole criteria, but you have to get a certain number of credits within that 2-year process or that 2-year period. And then you renew your license. So you show the Michigan State Board, like, hey, I've gotten my credits. Here's the money to get renewed again.
So you have to take the course though in order to renew it.
No, there's no course. Oh, okay, sorry. You have to take you have to get 24, okay, basically a certain amount of credits worth of continuing education to renew.
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, so it's like, but they call it the practice of medicine, right? So because things are upgrading, things are changing. You don't want a doctor who is stuck in 1990 with the old practices, right? So you have to keep current with what's going on and what changes are out there right now, you know? And so, yeah, within this 2 year period, it's like, maybe I have to like take a new, like go to a seminar, right? And if I go to this seminar, I get whatever many credits for that. And then if I read a couple journals and articles and, you know, teach my coworkers about it, I get so many credits off of that. So there are different things. If I take a student, right, like a student intern, that's how a lot of people get a lot of their professional development, because they just take like a student or two, and you kind of get a lot of different. You get a lot of the credits from that. So there are different ways, but you have to like be able to maintain that.
Oh, girl. So basically, you still in school? Fuck no.
Well, I'm working.
No, man.
But sometimes it's interesting stuff. Sometimes it's like, so for example, earlier this year, I went to Chicago for like a continuing ed class, and it's about a patient population that I didn't really have much experience with. And so I got to take these classes. It was like a 2 day thing. I went with a coworker. It was kind of fun to be like away from work and just like in a different city. My job paid me for it. So it was cool. It was cool. It's not always bad.
Yeah, I thought that bullshit was only in my field. You
Like,
see, by the end, when you need to recertify, you see people scrambling to get into all kinds of webinars.
exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
All of that, you still got to come and do your internal trainings and everything like that.
Mhm.
That has nothing to do with what your work got going on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is just for you to maintain your certification.
You guys
Right.
are strong. That's all I can say.
I mean,
It's
if
not
you
like a different cert, right? This is maintaining something that you just.
yes, something that you pay for, you maintain, and then you pay the fee to maintain for them to recertify you. And then you go and do the webinars and everything at your expense. Like most jobs would pay for seminars and conferences and those kind of things. So if you're lucky, if you're not, then
My job, they have like a cap. So it's like, I think they pay like $400 a year, which sounds like, okay. No, A class is like $600.
most of those classes are out of state, those conferences.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to fly, lodging, everything else.
And I pay over $400 a year.
Like it depends on which company, but yeah, like my job, for example, I think the cap is like 400.
Yeah, cheap. Your job is cheap.
Oh.
Very cheap.
Anyways.
Very cheap. But yeah. All right. Since we're redefining literacy, right? And well, let's look at it from a digital age that we're in right now. Right. All right, here it goes. As technology like AI, voice to text, and audiobooks become more common, what does it actually mean to be literate today? Let me start there. What does it mean to be literate today? Or better yet, if a person can navigate today, if a person can navigate the world and access information without traditional reading skills, right? Should we redefine literacy itself? And what new skills like media or digital literacy are becoming non-negotiables for survival and success? That's a two-part question for you.
I don't think that we should redefine literacy. I think the traditional definition works just fine, and it covers every country, whether Western world, third world country. It's something that people would generally have access to, right? If you start bringing in AI and stuff, then a whole lot of people in the world would be at a disadvantage, because not everybody has access to Wi-Fi and internet. Not everybody has access to computers and electronics like they do in the Western world. So I think if we do redefine that, we are putting a whole lot of people on a disadvantage. So I think that the traditional definition of being able to read, understand, and write should stay that way. I mean, that's the fundamental. Everything else can build off of that. And yes, today's world is getting more technological with all those things. It would be a bonus, to add on that. But that, to me, that should just stay that way, like an add-on. If you need it in your field, fine. If you don't, fine. If you're interested in it in your personal life, good. That's a bonus to you. But I don't think that literacy should be redefined.
Tutu, AI, right? Well, first of all, are you a fan of AI?
The way I was waiting for you to be dodging me on these questions. Am I a fan of AI? I mean, AI is there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've used it a couple times. I used to look up ChatGPT, to get me out the way. But I don't know. It's just there. I guess you could say I'm a fan. I've never it's not something that I'm like, oh my God, yes, I have to. It's just there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm asking because when we think about like us, our time, we wrote a ton of papers, right? We were Googling a ton of stuff. And then one thing we really had to do was APA style. That's what it was, right? The APA style, the format thing.
APA, MLA, all of that. Yeah. Yeah.
They actually gave me a 0 a few times because I did not format the things like that. Like
they will do that. Especially in communication, they will do that to you.
Yeah, but we see, with the use of AI in today's world, it's a lot easier, right, to format things, to Google things, to whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? Do you think that it is ruining today's youth?
Yep. Yep. I think it's making them lazy. I think that they need to go through the struggles that we went through. I'm not saying necessarily like we were talking about it before in previous episodes. You had to write a rough draft. Then you had to do a rough draft in pen, right? Like you couldn't mess up things like that. Nowadays, if I need something for like work topics, I literally just go into ChatGPT and be like, so and so this person, and it'll have a whole synopsis. Or better yet, jobs. Put your resume in there. It builds your whole entire resume to the detail of what the job is like specifically asking for. So I feel like nowadays, today's generation, the kids, they don't have to think. They don't have to use their brain as much because AI is already doing everything for them. Like it's right there. And that, how we had like simple, like when it came to math problems or things like that, we had to do like the way we did math is you actually had to long division and stuff like that. Do these kids even do long division anymore? See, like things like that. I don't think they do long division or tens, thousands, millions, like those things. Like I think AI has actually really, this generation is kind of cooked. I'm not gonna hold you.
Well, when you put it like that, let me ask you this then. Remember when you were in high school, college, and they said, focus in math, and you go, man, this shit, man, I don't know when I'm gonna use this shit. I don't know when I'm gonna use this in future. Do you feel like that math class that you were skipping, do you feel like you need it?
No.
You wish that?
Actually, when I use geometry, I use geometry.
Brain though, because it makes you have to sit down and problem solve, and I think that that's what the kids are missing now, right? Like, I think that like you have to actually sit down and try to make sense of the right angles and the obtuse. You know what I mean? You have to figure out like what does this even mean? And so like part of literacy comes with comprehension and like trying to figure it out. And I think that that's AI just takes all of that away.
Yeah, like that, like just like Hannah was saying, that's true. Because like I said, geometry. I know what a right angle is and an obtuse. Do the kids know what an acute angle is? Like it does make you think. And like she said, it goes back to the problem solve. I think that's what really lacks in today's generation. Problem solving, they don't problem solve. Everything is right there at their disposal, so they don't have to sit here and like think.
Okay. Being that you said that, right? Let's explore this. Do countries become poor because people cannot read and get good jobs, or people are unable to learn to read because their country is already too poor to build good schools?
What was the first? Well, I think what was the first?
Do countries become poor because people cannot read and get good jobs?
I don't think that countries become poor because people can't read. I think I think that I'm trying to see how I'm gonna word this. Cause I'm just trying to think of like put it in perspectives of like Sierra Leone. There's a lot of people that are not able to go to school, but they're able to like fend and make a way. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's because they don't have the resources and the access to do those things. But because they don't, they still make a way, or they still fend or try to like, you know. So I won't say it's because of them. I would say maybe it's because of the country's resources. The country doesn't have the resources for them to thrive or excel. That's what I would say. That's how I feel. Because I mean, if a country is not the wealthiest, there's certain things like, okay, I get it. There's some people are not able to go to school. People don't have the tuition to go to school or things like that, or people don't have the books to go to school. Like, I feel like there's things that people do in order to, I'm trying to like, because I've seen it firsthand where there's people that's not able to go to school, whatnot, but they still are like on that same level as the people that actually go to school. You get what I'm saying? Like they find a way. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it in simple terms. But I think to go back to everything to summarize up, I think it's the country, not the people.
I think what you're trying to say, Tutu, is more like just because you don't have a traditional education doesn't mean that you're not an intelligent person. Yeah, I feel like reading tends to be a luxury because that means that you're not out working and trying to provide ends meet for your family. To be able to read, you're able to spend that money on a book rather than food and necessities. Like a book is a luxury in terms of it's not necessarily a necessity for your basic daily needs. So yeah, I just think it's when a country doesn't have the resources to be able to to help people thrive, that way they can afford to have the luxury of reading. If that makes sense.
Yep. Okay. So with that then, T, if you had to help, right, would you give a country money first or would you build schools first?
I think build the schools. Because I feel like education is fundamental to any growth or success, whether it is books or teaching craft or anything like that. So I think education, because you give them that money, all they will just be thinking about is, okay, they are going to abuse it. Let me put it that way. You know, this whole saying I say, don't give a man fish, teach him how to catch fish type thing. Yeah, I think investing more in the structure so that it's long term, it's better than, I think money is a quick fix.
Yeah, true. I feel like if you give them money, they can, where it will come from. You have embezzlers. Yeah, they just go and embezzle everything, and then the remaining that is there, they go and build some crappy thing just to show that, oh, maybe we'll put up something, just to show face. But then the majority or the bulk load of, the money that they put in for the project is gone. Like roads, things like roads, like infrastructure in itself, like how much they just swindle it. It's insane. But I guess we all can agree that we'll build schools first and then we'll build schools first. Okay. So to tie the whole literacy part in then, if we had to redo our traditional education, right? Like right now, most of us here, well, all of us here are master degree holders, and we have a doctor amongst us too as well, and potential PhD holders in the future to come. Would you redo it all over differently, or would you go the same path that you're on right now?
You mean me redoing?
Yeah, like your educational, like you, from when you were able to make the decisions for yourself, right? To now, would you redo it? Would you do something different? As in, maybe not go for the degrees that you went for and something else, or dropped out and started a business. I don't know, something. What would you have done different or not do different? And we're just talking about, tying into the literacy aspect of things.
I don't think I would change my journey per se, but if I could, I would think I would go back and change the structure of the education system. I think
Sorry,
that
at what you would like, what's today that you wish you had back then in your answer. Sorry.
I'm sorry, say that again. You
Like,
caught me. I didn't hear anything.
like today, right? We have AI and stuff like that. So, like, as you give me your answer, you could also tie in something that's currently today that you wish you had then. That would have made your student life a lot easier. Yep.
I think I'll just try to answer it in all in one swoop, like changing the education structure and showing the students the reality of the careers that we want. Right? I think that would have been beneficial a lot. Sometimes we romanticize a certain career or, oh, I want to be this, but realistically, you come to the real world, you're not making money off of it. A degree is good and well, but it's like, can you live off of that? Right? Passion is one thing, but earning a livable wage, it's another thing. What the hell are you going to do with poetry and old English degree? Write books. Do you know how many books are out there? Yes, you could be a number one seller, but what are the chances of that? So I think mixing traditional education with real life, I think that would be beneficial. Shave some of those things. If someone is going down a route, please don't put me in no computer science class. I have no business in there. Please don't ask me to take math in college. All you need is basic arithmetic. I don't need all them cosine. I don't need none of that, right? We wasted a lot of time learning things that I've never thought about after I wrote the exam. So I think that's what I'll do. If people are interested in certain field, look at the field in the future, like project. Well, let me not say project. Like now, you have someone in, say, high school or whatever. Start incorporating how to use AI in the workplace or in things. Just start them early, I would say. But
if I could go back, I'll be honest, I don't think I would have gone the full way. I love my job and I love to impact people. I don't know if it's actually worth it, to be honest. Like, it's really nice being called a doctor. I guess the debt doesn't really match the income. And so in that way, like T said, I wish that maybe there would have been a little bit more upfront about, the cost of getting, it was like the last semester of the program is when they talked to you about how to get out of everything you just accrued. And it was like, this could have been first semester. I think if I were to change careers, it would be IT, and that's not like for literacy reasons, just I think there's more freedom with it. I don't know. I think that with college, there are a lot of classes that, like T said, you could just kind of take out that maybe we didn't need all those prerequisites or I forget we at our school it's called like GREs and they're like general education courses or something. But like we just didn't need all of those. I guess in short, if I were to stick with my field of PT, I think looking back, I would try to cut out some of the classes I had to like retake and I would just make sure I would paid attention more in school. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I would have I would have done what I was doing now, like communications, because I still wanted to do, but I would have had like a backup. Like I probably would have been like, you could do like a minor or whatever. Probably just like, because we did have this conversation. My dad did say, I'll support you, but just be mindful of what you're going into. Doesn't make as much money. And it's very true. Communications field does not make a lot of money. You only make a lot of money if you got a job plus side hustles plus another side hustle plus another side hustle. So I would definitely say if I could go back, I would tap into something else. Because I love, like I said, I love my job. I love doing what I do. But like Hannah's saying, the debt that I went to for master's, and then I would end up getting a master's, and I don't even use that degree. So it's like the master's in PR. What PR am I doing for what company? So it's like it's just sitting here. But yeah, I probably would have tapped into like. Honestly, I'm gonna say IT now because IT is popping. But before, IT wasn't really like, you wasn't really hearing IT. IT was always nursing. So now, because I know how much money IT people are making, I would say IT. But I think that's what I probably would have did, or something that had to do with like maybe like hospitality type. I don't know, something like that. Probably I would have, because you couldn't get me to do healthcare. You couldn't at all. So I would choose that. And probably just paying I don't even say paying attention, because everybody's path is different, and I feel like what I went through got me to where I am. So I guess, yeah.
How much money do you think IT people make?
Enough. I think a good amount for them to be okay, like content, and I don't know, but y'all probably making more than communications people. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
For y'all to have y'all flexibility as well, I will always forever say this, and y'all can check me. I feel like IT people don't do shit. Like, I'm just gonna say it. I don't feel like they do anything, but they be getting paid. Like, y'all, let me not say y'all don't do shit. Y'all do stuff, but y'all have the most like chill, laid back ass job ever. Cause you can be in Bora Bora and you're living life and you're literally working from Bora Bora. Or you can be doing like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just very chill. And hey, IT people, you guys can correct me, because I'm pretty sure that somebody's gonna be like, that's not it. But from what I've seen in my field, and when I need IT people and the engineers, then people be sleep. They don't do nothing. Literally, they don't do anything.
That's the vibes I get too.
Yeah, it's just they just on chill vibes. Like, you go to work when you want to go to work. Hybrid. You can go to work Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you off. Like, your laptop is in Maldives. Your laptop is in Nigeria. Your laptop is in like, meanwhile, people have to go to work. I'm in the office.
What's she talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about people like y'all, you, people, all y'all, IT project managers.
Maybe not in your field, but that sure fits the bill for like 60% of.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand the stress that would be under.
That's okay. You're stressed at Bora Bora is what she's saying.
Stress from vacation.
Maybe stressed for like maybe like a couple hours, or maybe they have like a busy week. Okay, you have a busy week out of the whole entire 12 months of the year. You have one busy week, and then they talk about it's stressful. Imagine. Hey, God.
We just better prioritize. We just better prioritize. That's really what it is. Like, for example, okay, you talk about that the IT people are at your spot sleep. Now, when you go submit a ticket, for example, a ticket for your request, what's stopping you from saying that this should be a high priority versus a medium versus or a low? Right? What's stopping you from putting high? Now you go put medium. Let me tell you the grading scale. High means immediately or in the next 4 hours. A medium means I have 3 days to tackle it. You think if you put medium, I'm about to come see you today, like right now?
3 days?
No. I'm gonna wait for the third day.
Oh.
2 hours prior to end date. Prior to end time, that's when I'm gonna come. Oh, so I have a problem? What's up? Then you put low. That's a week and a half out. What do you want me to do? Come and see you right immediately? No, I will see you after a week and a half.
You see what I'm saying? You guys get to pick and choose when you guys want to actually work. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't know. Put in a request. Me, I don't put in requests. So I don't even know how you even do that at my job. I just go to the engineers and the IT people and be like, my shit ain't working. Can you fix this? Like, I don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that would not work, man. Because I don't know why you expect me to think like a machine. Like, I'm supposed to be what my reminder. No, please submit a ticket. There's a process.
Yeah, y'all IT people. IT people are machines.
No, use the process. No, we have machines that we monitor, not us. Use the process, you know. But we digress. I wanted to ask you guys about something that I never understood for the longest time. Or better yet, I always wondered why somebody will go for the traditional route when they could just go and get this, and it's an honorary degree. What is an honorary degree, y'all? Please, I really did not Google this, but really, what's an honorary degree? And the thing that pissed me off was because I seen Young Jock, they gave one to him. I mean, I'm not hating, but I'm just like, Young Jock, though, like, bro, like, out of all the shit that we've seen, I mean, I've seen on the internet, now they give Young Jock honorary degree for what? This was an honorary degree, I beg.
It's basically a degree for people that it's not an educational one, but because they're so good at their field, like a humanitarian or philanthropy, you're so good at it, they're like, okay, we're going to give you a degree because you're like stellar at that shit. That's what it basically is. So you don't have to go through the whole prereqs and the classes and all that. You just got to be really good at what you do. Which baffles me, because at that point I need an honorary degree in communications because I talk. I can talk. So I feel like I do a really stellar job at talking.
I know. I would like an honorary degree for something. I don't know what, but for something, just to add it to the list.
You know?
Because I did the work. Give me something else.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you trust
Did you do an exceptional work though? Because that's the caveat. It has to be exceptional.
Yeah. What exceptional work did Young Jock do?
Okay, because that's what I'm trying to figure out. What exceptional work did he do?
He's a celebrity, that's for one. Those things go to prominent people, and they assume that they do have a wider reach for
Interesting.
whatever thing. So
wait, would you trust an honorary mechanic with your car?
first of all, if you're getting an honorary degree, I hope you know that that's just what it is. It's just an award. It's just a glorified paper. You should not in any way be operating based off of that because you're not qualified. So I hope these people know, because I've seen a lot of these people with honorary degree attach the title to their names. And they call it, say doctor of this. Okay, well, it's a title, right? You can put whatever you want attached to your name, but you cannot operate in that capacity in any way because you have not put in the work to get it.
So should they put the thing in front of their name then?
I mean, it's not illegal. You can put whatever you want in front of your name. Just don't operate in that capacity. That's all.
I ain't calling you no doctor.
I don't think they should put it in
I'm not calling you a doctor. That's just like the people that be like, well, okay, no, I don't want to say that. Because I had a conversation with somebody who was like, if I was to go get my PhD, I would have my doctors, I'd be addressed as a doctor. But I ain't really a doctor because I'm not a medical doctor. You get what I'm saying? Like some people only say if you're in like the medical field, then you are actually a doctor. But if I was to get my PhD now and then call me a doctor, I'd just be like, I mean, granted, I work for it, but
I think that's just ignorance.
Yeah,
because they're different doctors, right? It's a title. That's why it's doctor of medicine, and then you have doctor of educational, whatever it is. I just think it's ignorance. If someone has put the work in to earn that title, they can put it in front of it. And that's why at the end you have Dr. So MD.
Right.
Dr. So ED. It tells you what kind of doctor that they are. So you shouldn't, if they've put in the work, by all means, carry your title.
I just don't understand honorary degrees. I feel like, why can't it just be called something else? Like, you were a humanitarian. This is the humanitarian award. Okay, you did great with your music. This is the great with your music award. Like, I don't understand why it has to be an honorary degree.
A certificate. How about that?
Certificate. Here's your.
I need to find out who started that shit, because that
Google.
I feel like it's a good concept, But where I have problem with it is that it applies just like to celebrities and affluential people, right? I think us regular folks should benefit from that. For example, I am an adult, maybe, or for whatever, I'm going in to get a bachelor's or something in, I don't know, nursing or whatever. And I have been a nurse already. I have worked as a CNA. I have done some of this thing in the field. If my employer can attest to that skill, give me credit for the course. Just have me do like a crash something and give people credit for experience in these degrees. I feel like that makes more sense, right? If we're all going to benefit from the honorary status, let's go that route. Because sometimes, and granted, this by no means takes away from the fact that, you know, there are things you would learn in the textbook or in the process that you probably didn't do on your experience, but at least give me some kind of credit and give me a test and say, hey, go read up on this topic. Come, you write this proficiency test, we'll give you this credit for this course, then you don't have to pay for it. I think that will make sense. But just giving these people...
You lost me on that test part.
I mean, you have to prove proficiency in some level, right?
Yeah, of course. I agree, but I'm just saying, you know, some of us, we don't like the exam back. We just...
It's either that or you pay for a full semester, of course. So
I'll take that one. I'll pay for the full
okay, then that's fine. I know a lot of people who will, because if you already know this thing, it's easy.
No, I get forgetfulness disease when I start taking exams. And
you take exam regardless in the full semester anyways.
Yeah, that's why I do good in all my assignments and quizzes, and then, you know, the open book ones, and then the ones that cover book, I just do what I can. But that's besides the point, right? To your point about who benefits from it, I think that, yes, as much as your point is correct, I think it's a marketing thing, right? Like, to attract more people to schools, it's like a music label will no, wrong analogy. They'll use that the popularity of that person, say in this case, we're talking about, like me, I'm talking about Young Jug, use the popularity of that person, right, to attract more people to that school, right? Being that they give them the honorary degree, it's like, okay, this person is popular, people might rock with them, you know, so hey, why not give them that so that people will gravitate towards that school? A PR thing.
Like Howard.
Yes.
I guess they didn't go there though. I mean, they didn't really go there. It's not like they're really going to interact with them or see them on campus. I guess to me, it wouldn't make a difference. Like, oh, so and so went to got their honorary degree from. Okay, cool. Like,
I guess that's where that literacy kick in, right? Like you literally not to know that to know that, hey, you know, XYZ. But somebody who is like, oh man, now fuck with Young Jug, you know, someone just go there. You know, because at the end of the day, let's say for example, if you knew who's your favorite celebrity? Beyonce, for example. If you knew Beyonce was from okay, who's your favorite celebrity?
I know damn Beyonce. Yeah. Woo, Lord.
doesn't matter.
All of you guys' face, man. Oh my god. Okay, let's say for example Michelle Obama, right? And she went to Ohio State University, right? And you found out that, oh yeah, Michelle Obama is a alumni from Ohio State University, and that's a celebrity that you really rock with. That gives that idea, you going to Ohio State, an upper, like that puts it up there, right, for you, because you can associate Michelle Obama to that, right? So I'm thinking this honorary degrees, if these people are shit with it, then, you know, for those who do not think about, like, say, Ivy Leagues and things like that, just go with the name, like popularity, they might go to those schools because, hey, a Young Jug was honorary. I mean, had an honorary degree from there. Please, Young Jug, don't come for me, I beg. Don't, as they see people on YouTube, I beg. I'm not trying to, you know, as they say, you know, defame character, but I'm not defaming a character. I'm just saying. But yeah, you get the point. Anyways, should there be a clear process of taking it back?
They be taking it back. You see how they snatched Diddy's up real quick?
Yeah,
They
but
snatch up if you out here not basically like following the rules or standards of your whatever field you're in. So if you say humanitarian, I think he got a humanitarian. If you're not doing humanitarian stuff, you getting a snatchback. Or if you're not practicing, that's the word. If you're not practicing what you got the degree in, you get a snatchback or whatever. But I feel like no, well, actually, the people that actually got the degrees in it, they're still doing it. But if it's like some major scandal, like the Diddy situation, stuff like that, of course it's gonna get snatched back because it's like they don't want their name tied to that situation. But I don't know. Yeah,
And then it's an award. If they give you, they can take it.
I mean, if they're able to snatch it out that quick, they shouldn't be handing it out.
That's why they hand it out quick, because they snatch it right back too.
Yeah, and get all these degrees doing because you planted some trees.
It's not trees. I think institutions benefit, right? When you put someone like that, and then they're more likely to donate. And then there are always these rich people who always have their friends come and donate. And so it's reputation and finances. There's nothing else in it.
Yeah, that's very much true.
And so if you snatch that degree back, I feel like you should refund their donation money.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That makes sense.
Any donations that I made in my name, give it back.
That's true. Boy, how we're gonna be a broke ass school.
Hold on.
Today was
Hold
taking out all the money. Yeah.
Hold on. Does it matter how long ago you donated that money?
Well, it mattered enough to take your award back, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Because you don't want to be associated with me.
No.
So if we are going to detach, let's detach.
I get your point.
Run my money back.
I get your point. But just because I'm holding your money does not mean that now you go about doing just because you donate your money does not mean that you're still not going to uphold the Constitution, right? Or the fine print say, okay, being part of this society, for example, here are the guidelines, and if you go against these guidelines, you will be excluded from this program, right? You can donate all you want, but there are still guidelines that you have to go through. And then secondly, if, for example, you donated in, what year we're in, 2025, you donated in 2012, and in 2025, you did nonsense, and I take it, don't come and ask me for their donation back.
Run it back. Run my coins back.
That's not how donations work, though.
Run it back.
It's every year. If you do fundraising, you know these things are annual. So every year, my name is on the books. It's a transaction. Let's not act here like remember, I can't use this degree for shit. So it's a transaction. You make me look cool, and I can waive that I have an honorary degree in something, and I bring my money and my friends with money too. So if you really want, it's like saying you broke up with your ex, but you want to keep all your ex stuff. But you want to block him on social media and this, you want to. If you really want to detach, run that coin back, make a payment plan to say that we are absolutely detaching from so and so. And because of that, his money has tainted this. We will find a way to give my money back.
I like that. If you break up with your ex, run me all my coins back. You're right. That's true. Give me my shit back.
I mean, when engagements are over, I don't be hearing like most of the women say, "Well, I'm going to return the ring." They be like, "For what?"
They be snatching rings though. Who'll tell you that? Sometimes they be snatching rings. The guys be snatching the rings back, or the girl, if they don't take she'll go ahead and do whatever she want to do with the ring. But I be hearing a lot of these men snatching the rings back. I'm not gonna hold you. Just saying.
Well, I have one of my uncles that is still paying for a ring. 6 years today, still paying for that ring that never got back.
That one is different. A ring is a gift.
Sorry, the engagement ring. Yeah, they refuse giving it back. Like, guy, leave this place.
Yeah, but it's a gift. You don't have to give gifts back. But if it's a transaction, give me back my money.
Wait, engagement ring is a gift?
Donation or
Yeah, you gave it in good faith.
Why can't I take it back in good faith?
There's no way that holds up in any court. If you gave it in good faith, it's a gift. You're not getting it back. Even if you gave them a car for their birthday, you're not getting it back.
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and log out of this one for this one. Let me just be quiet. Let me just listen to y'all. Let me just go ahead and log out for this one. Cause what? Run me my coin.
So wait, hold on. Okay. Anyways, let's just move forward, please.
Honorary degree.
Honorary degree, I beg. Yeah, let's focus. Honorary degree. Let's not go to ordinary rings, I beg. No, wait, we passed that one, right? I think we're done with that one. We're done with that one. Yes, we're done with that one. All right. Last topic, and then we can close. Retaking classes. Anybody here repeated a class before? Hands up. Put your hand up. If you've ever repeated a class, put your hand up.
in college.
Damn.
What's the cap?
Weapon?
What's the cap for how many times you took the class?
Anyway,
we all.
It's a grade. Repeat the whole grade.
Oh, whoa, no.
Sorry, not class. A whole grade. Have you ever repeated a whole grade before?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I have repeated a whole grade, man. Like that job was not fun.
But y'all had to do that because y'all. I'm assuming when y'all got here, right?
No, I was just a dull child in school. Yeah.
I know they do that when somebody comes. Okay.
No. You know, so why support like Terz and them were in the first 3, 4, 5. Some of us were in the last 3, last 5. You see how that goes? But anyways, my question here is, would you allow your child to retake a class?
A class or a grade?
Sorry, I mean a grade. Would you make your child retake a grade?
Hell yeah.
If my child ain't excelling, you run it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
What are you going to do ahead when you haven't even mastered the fundamentals?
Maybe you just had a bad year.
Okay, then run it again.
And this time you have a better year, right? Run it back. What do you
I don't
bad
understand.
year? Okay, keep having bad years. You're just gonna keep running that same grade again.
No, I don't think that's fair.
Why not?
What happened to that? Hold on. What happened to that No Child Left Behind thing? Did they get rid of that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Because I remember before we used to have No Child Left Behind. So the child could be sitting here and you be doing 5th grade stuff, and the child is still on the 1st grade level, and they still moving that child to the next grade. And I never understood that. I feel like now everybody needs to, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's call it what it really is. Why would you send your child forward?
First of all, which teacher do you want to go and stretch with your coconut head child?
It's their job to
No, it's not.
it.
It's their job to educate the current class, not to run back what your child did not understand in the previous class. That's not the teacher's job. That's your job as a parent, to make sure that your child is caught up with what the curriculum is. It's not the teacher's job.
Tell them.
So why are we paying money for then?
That's why you have the option. You can homeschool them and use the curriculum yourself. If you have the time in the day, the 8 hours a day to teach your child, you can do that at home. Because you don't have that, you pay someone to teach your child the curriculum. But follow-up is your job as a parent.
Of course now, follow-up is your own, right? But all right, Tiger.
Ain't no busting this one. She got you with this one.
I give you that one. Parents, please, you guys come on. Defend yourself, go and defend yourself. But you would not take your child's what about your child's needs versus the emotional harm that you might be putting on them, keeping them back?
My child needs to excel.
Which one is emotional harm?
Like they might see their friends going forward, that might like make them feel some type of way. I don't know.
That's a good teachable moment right there, right?
You should have paid
You
attention.
tell them that, to teach them that everybody runs at their own pace. Now, your ass should have been paying attention in class. You would have been with your friends.
Ooh.
But no, you decided to kiki ha ha. Now you can kiki ha ha your way back to the same class. That's how you teach your children. You can always get what you want. So many lessons there to learn.
Voila. Okay. So with today's technology then, is repeating an entire grade an outdated idea? What is a better way to measure students' progress? If is.
No, because I mean, they still have to know the material. So whether there's AI or not, they're not using, well, I don't know how they're taking tests now. I don't know if they're paper tests or on the computer, but they still have to answer the questions without AI. You know what I mean? There's still like basic knowledge that they have to do. So yes, they should absolutely retake whatever grade until they're proficient in that subject.
Honestly, AI can only do but so much in this sense. Like, I feel like AI is just a quick fix. AI just gives you the answers when you need it right there and then. But if you really sit a child down, compare them to a child that actually sat down and actually, like Hannah said earlier, problem solved compared to an AI child, you would see the difference. Like, that child don't know how, like, go back to long division or even like multiplications and stuff like that. Like, does a child actually know how to actually go ahead, carry the one, carry the this, like, compared to now when kids, if you ask them 9 times 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know. So yeah, run it back. I totally agree with the have them do it again.
There's something they're calling education, knowledge transfer and proof of competence, right? Where you can have all this knowledge, but you because I cannot gauge comprehension, I have to test your competence to be able to know that, right? So yes, there should be some type. Now, I think that we should change how we're testing this knowledge. That's where, instead of giving them their, I don't know how, I have not been in school in a long time. So, but how they gave us exams, you just come and you regurgitate the answers or the textbook or the slides from class. I feel like giving them, if we're building this critical thinking and problem solving skill, give them a project, give them something more hands-on, give them something that will have them thinking outside the lines of the textbook, where I can understand a concept and apply it in this way. Something like that. I think it's a better way to be able to test that knowledge, other than sitting down and using a Scantron and doing ABC, ABC. That really doesn't say much. It just tells me that you're good at memorizing.
I think that, but I think it also, I mean, I think that there is something good about the pressure aspect of it. Like, you're on a time limit to be, I don't know. I do think that there's a strategy for why tests were like that, and with the Scantron. And when it came to like my exams I had to take, especially for the board exams, a lot of the multiple choice would have correct answers, right? But it's which is the best answer, not like, so A, B, and C are all correct, but you have to choose out of those in this situation, what's the best. And so I do think that, I don't necessarily think that that's bad, right? I think that that's also a way in showing your competence, right? There's a different reason why I might send somebody to the hospital in one situation versus another. Or that's for PT, but like, there's just a different reason why A is more correct than B or C, even though B and C are still valid answers. So I don't think that necessarily that should be a part that they get rid of. But I also do think that there should be more areas and ways that we could test kids' competence and knowledge where they're not just regurgitating the answer, where they have to figure out how to say it in their own words, and show that they actually know something.
Now, they can run those certifications and board exams how they like, right? But here's my thing. If you're giving me 4 answers, I feel like you've already done the thinking for me. How about you flip it and ask me what would be the best option given the scenario. Then I should use my brain and think all the different, instead of reading the different scenarios, let me think about the different scenarios and then write it down. But again, those are board exams, but I still think that the testing in the general sense of education is not the best. A lot of people who are afraid of tests. There are a lot of people who get fright. There's so many different reasons why that is not the best option for me. So throw all the things away.
Time out. I think I was daydreaming. Did you say that you would rather fill in the blanks than multiple choice?
I'm like,
No.
Okay, wait. Sorry. Repeat what you said.
I was talking about changing how we test for competence.
Okay. So you were saying to. So what were you saying about it? Could you please repeat it for me?
I was saying that if we are going to build the critical thinking aspect of it, then multiple choice is not the way to go.
I think it could be.
Or we can redefine instead of having the multiple choice and say, of all three, what is the best way to, I don't know, cook a meal, for example, and you have A, this, B, this. Instead of doing that, how about you just ask the question, what is the best way to put it in? So then let me run that process in my mind and then give the answer, as opposed to reading all the different scenarios that is being provided and pick one. That does not develop.
So you're filling in the blanks versus picking the right one.
No, that's not what filling the blanks is, though.
Oh, like you get the point. Sorry, you get the point. Like you don't want a multiple choice. Ask the question, let me think, and then answer it.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that though, you give them projects to run or something where it's more, where I don't too as much as have to remember the name of the theory or who came up with what in 1875, but I can understand it and apply it, because that's what we do in the real life anyways.
Who is with me? We should not put T as head of education. Who is with me? Hands up. Yeah.
Trust me, you will be very excited if I run the board of education.
Please give me all the multiple choice in the world, I beg.
The kids, you'll be proud of your kids.
What? Nah, man. Like, I cannot imagine myself wanting to read the question and then have to command. And no, just make it easy for me. Let me pick the right one out of the 4 or the 3.
I feel like I've had tests that have literally both on there. So, like, I hear what you're saying, T2, but I don't know. I feel like I like how tests are. I don't know. I think that having the multiple choice is good. I think for both the person taking the test and their brain, but also for teachers, right? Because like if you just have a whole test of having to interpret every single answer, like you're not going to get tests back until the end of the semester. And then I don't know how I can grow and improve as time goes on, right? Because then you're the teacher like, well, I guess that one could be correct. Or I get it. Then it depends on the teacher and your viewpoint. And if that's a correct, you know what I mean? I feel like it gets harder to standardize.
Yeah, but if your teacher is guessing, should they really be teaching though? Because you're going based off of a theory or something that you taught, right? If it says gravity brings everything back down, that's not open for interpretation at all. It's not. So if your teacher is actually guessing which answer is right, then they shouldn't be teaching in the first place. I said because I'm not sure how y'all's masters works, but doing my masters was a big shock coming from how the undergrad program was run. Right? You get to masters and all of a sudden it's the flip side. Now, I don't know how y'all live. So why are we not just teaching that all the way up to there?
You are not, because you are maturing and going, right? So I guess responsibility goes from somebody holding your hand to now you walking by yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're in college, shouldn't you already, you know what?
Yeah, true. True.
Or at least make it for that we're already introducing this in like the senior and sophomore years.
That's why in
that form. Because it's not just to prepare you for masters, it's for the real world as well. Nobody in your office is going to ask you what was the theory by this person in 18. You are going to apply. And now here you are, you cannot work a project because you don't have critical thinking. At work, there's no multiple choice. Now that has its place, good and well, but I'm saying, why are we not building actual skills that we would use in the workforce?
I think that they are, but because there's so much within your undergrad, say you focus on your work, like your school curriculum, then you have your extra curriculum, right? And then you have work for those who work. So you are juggling all these different things versus those who don't gotta, those whose parents got it like that. They don't gotta focus, they don't gotta worry about work, and then they just focus on school and this sort of thing, and then they can do internships, stuff like that. For those who have to work and pay for their rent and things like that, yes, a little bit difficult because they eliminate that part where they need to learn those skills to get into the job because they feel like they're already in the workforce. So why do they need to, hound on those skills? Like, for example, me, I wish, one, I did internships. Two, I wish I asked more questions, right? Like pretending to, okay, as I leave this campus, how would I take this information that I'm being downloaded here into the real world? And the only way that I could have even seen that was to do internships, like to go in and say, okay, they're not teaching me this stuff in school. Now take that, go back to school and say, okay, how can I start using this or use that to ask the necessary questions that I need to go back, into the workforce? So, yeah.
I'll add you to my board of education. That's why I said go back and restructure everything.
I think, though, sometimes regurgitation is needed, though, because you have to at least know the basic foundation to be able to say it and phrase it in a different way. And so, I don't know, I think I like how this.
Yeah, it has its place. It does.
Yeah.
Like a lawyer, if you're a lawyer, you have to be able to regurgitate. And I'm sure there's some of that in medicine too, right?
But I mean, even in like undergrad,
it does have its place, but I don't think we should heavily rely on that. Okay, that's my last thing on that. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Though, answering the question, which is not multiple choice, builds better character, if you ask me, because like you said, it makes you think critically. But I think that applies in certain subjects versus others. For example, in math, stop giving me multiple choice in math. Like, that's the worst thing you give me in math, multiple choice, because I would just be confused every turn I take. I would rather solve the thing. And if I come up with the wrong answer, at least I know somewhere in my process, I missed a digit, but I know my process. I could go back and, pick it versus just picking a number and then not knowing how I arrived at that number. But then if it's something like home economics, just give me something we could be picking. I don't see what. Don't look too much into it. Don't look too much into my example. But with that, I wanted to ask you guys. You guys have seen states sending a few students back a grade, to go learn English, math, all those things. When you guys read that, are you guys in approvals? You guys like they're doing something, or is it just politics, you think?
Send them back.
Send them back?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. After the pandemic, I feel like they should have, all the pandemic kids, they should have kept them a grade back and be like, yo, repeat a grade back before you, keep moving forward, because there's, you guys lost a lot of time at home, things like that. But yeah. A school in Jamaica, no edges. All girls school in Jamaica bans edges. Remember, curtains belong in the house, not on foreheads. Damn.
You know what? I agree. I ain't gonna hold you, because nowadays these kids' edges be looking ridiculous, and I don't know. Some of them do be looking like curtains. Some of them be looking like spider. Like it's just it's no longer. It's to the point where it's no even long. It's no longer edges. It's actual hair. Like your hair is now out. There's no reason why your hair should be out touching your eyebrows. Edges are the edge of your hair that you're supposed to do. You know what? Let me just be quiet.
Hold on, let me
Because I just had this conversation with my little cousin the other day, and I had to check her because it was irritating me bad. Like I don't know what it is with these kids nowadays now, but your edges are the edge of your hairline. It's not. There's no reason why you should have a centerpiece of your hair now almost down here to the front of your hair. Like it's no.
I'm not gonna lie. No, I don't always mess with everybody's edges. I kind of got a little hot when I read it at first. I was like, "Ooh, how you gonna ban a hairstyle?" But then it was Jamaica, so I was like, "Okay, I feel like it's a different culture. I don't know what's going on down there. I feel like if it was a school here in America, that would make me mad because I'd be like, "Ah, that's racist." But because Jamaica, they all black down there, I was like, okay, y'all do you.
But them kids don't be. I feel
Racist?
because
if it was here in America, yes, I would feel like
How
that's
is that racist?
because I feel like who are you really talking to if not black women to ban a whole certain hairstyle because of one particular racial group?
I don't think. I mean, we can assume that, but I don't think black predominantly they do edges, but I think every other race does edges, but not as much. But I don't think it's a race thing. Again, maybe you're right.
It's different. If it was like I said,
Cultural thing.
Yeah.
We grew up going to school. You didn't have no hair to begin with.
okay.
Focus on your books. And I think schools could use some of that, because why are people, it's not just the edges. Why are you showing up in schools with skirts that are above your knees and with pajamas and with bonnets? And it's too much going on.
I mean,
Focus on the education. Dress right. How you dress is your attitude that you represent. It's a whole lot of things, but again, America is a different place. It's very culturally sensitive.
I feel like they brought that up because nowadays the kids are not focusing on their education, it's focused more on their appearance. That's what it is. Them kids will sit there and be in the bathroom doing 25 to 45 minutes fixing their edges and stuff like that. So I feel like maybe that's why they are probably now like, okay, no edges, like that whole thing. Because I've seen before, like, little kids, like I said, my little cousin, like, she has FaceTime me in school. First of all, why are you in class and you're FaceTiming me for one? And you're sitting there like you're in the salon. You have a whole hairbrush and you have edge control. And you're literally fixing your edges as you're on the phone with me. Like, why? Like, what's the reason for that? So I feel like maybe that's why they're doing that. Because these kids nowadays, I agree, though. The edge is becoming too much, though. It's becoming too much.
Hey, we don't pay teachers enough for shit like this.
I mean, you have a point. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the edges, I don't see how that relates to the teachers in a sense. And
I mean, like, if you're sitting in class while the teacher is teaching,
yeah, like
you are trying to stretch in your edges. I mean, sorry, you know what I mean. You know that I feel as though it's distracting. It's distracting, right? Because I could sort of put that away. The time that would take to tell you to put that away, I could continue with, my teaching, and it's too much.
Do it at home. School is for you to go and learn and get an education, not for you to sit here and this is not your closet or this is not your home to be sitting here doing all of that. But that just goes back into the dress code, the pajama.
If I come with a little swoop, just a little swoop-de-doo, right, and a bun, I'm getting sent home for that because that's considered an edge.
But if you give us a little swoop, that's a little swoop. That's a little edge.
What about
big edges like from here to like here?
That's called baby hair. It's different from edges, from what I understand.
Your baby hair are your edges.
If I leave, because I know, but I think that's what I'm understanding. Because the edges is the one where you bring everything and you do that, right? Mm-hmm. But baby hair. Like, I get haircuts. If I don't, I actually have baby hair that already just swoop. But I get the haircut, so I really don't care for none of that. But having to pull a whole hair and do all that,
That's not baby hair.
since we are having a uniform, let's all have uniforms. Everybody, where I come from is you wear a uniform, everybody gets, if your school braids, everybody gets no more than 8 cornrows, all going back.
Oh,
No attachment, no collar, no none of that. Plus, there's a uniform and a dress code, and you don't have to send your kids to that school. They are forgetting that part. You don't have to. But if your child is going to come here, these are the rules. It's just that simple.
Yeah. What about flogging kids in school?
Ooh, I seen somebody do that in Sierra Leone, and I was like, "Ooh, CPS, police!" Because what is happening? But apparently, that's what they do.
That used to happen. I think now it's very dangerous to do that.
Because now the teachers they don't beat you to discipline you. They beat you to just be like mean. To be abusive. Yeah, that's what to humiliate you. That's what they're doing. They're not doing that because before when I seen it firsthand when I went to Sierra Leone, I was like, oh my God, this is like so much. But he was actually disciplining the person, and I was like, okay, because this child is actually not listening. But nowadays, these teachers, they get small little power and they want to sit here and just be abusive. So, yeah, nah.
It's just a dangerous game to put your hands on somebody. That's just what it is. So there are different ways that they could be disciplined at school. You just don't want someone just falling accidentally on your hand. And now you're in court trying to defend your actions.
Mm-hmm. Especially in today's society. Yeah, I got beat when I went to Africa. In church, I was so sad. I got the mark.
You got beat in church?
I got popped. You see this? I got popped in church because I wasn't like praying.
You were not sitting still.
Yeah, and this was in Sierra Leone. I was getting ready to run to my mom and be like, "Mommy, these people that sat here." My mom was like, "Good, that's what you get." I'm like, "Oh, thought you had my size, sis." But
it used to be allowed that anybody could discipline you.
That's what it was given because I'm just sitting here like, do you know you just hit a whole American child? If I go to American Embassy now and then that's how I was really perceiving it. But my mom was just like, do you think they care? Like you were not doing what you were supposed to do, and that's what it is.
That's what it means. It takes a village to raise a child. That's part of it.
That teacher got good in church.
Yeah, the Lord corrects you now. Jesus corrected people. But anyways, my last question to you guys before we get up out of here, it's getting late. You guys seen, well, not like guys seen, but you guys know how some of the women teachers, the lady teachers, the wear sere and come to class, like tight fitting clothes, revealing clothes, like they go to a club, like every single curve is well defined, things like that. Should that be acceptable?
Well, technically.
Technically what?
Technically, if the lady got curves, you can't fault her for having curves. Like if she has a nice body and she ends up wearing a dress that is fitted, are we gonna fault her?
Okay.
Yes. Why is she wearing a fitted dress?
Hold on.
Why can't she wear fitted? I'm not saying we're doing body con tight, but but if she has nice, okay, say
let me ask you this.
Why is she trying to look nice in front of her high school, like her middle school, whatever grade she's teaching? Like, not to say she doesn't have to look nice, but like, why is she trying to look to show off the curves that nice? I'm not saying you don't have to be proud of your body. Be proud outside of school.
What if she's not showing it off? What if her body's just naturally curvaceous?
She's showing it.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask her this, right? Let's say you've seen that guy from Brazil, I think it's Brazil or Portugal. No, Brazil, I think. He has like a fucking long ass dick. Like the shit goes all the way down to his fucking fucking ankle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he he was in the US and then he got deported back to Brazil because he refused the surgery. I didn't want him walking around with that thing. I'm like, really long. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, he's a teacher. It's part of his physicality, right? He comes to school with that thing. It's just all over the business.
Okay, wear big pants.
Huh?
Wear
So
big
we're-
pants.
Okay, wait, hold on. So she can wear whatever the fuck she wants to wear, but he got to wear big pants?
But I'm not saying that. Okay, the dress don't have to be like fitted. If you can still see her curves, you guys will go and say, "Oh, she's still trying to show her." Like, which one is it?
No, I feel like if it's okay, I think what AK is referring to is there are a lot of women out there, a lot of teachers who are like the slim fitted, like it's painted on them. They know that it's hitting every curve just right. And it's like, for what? I think if you know that you're a curvaceous person, this is not anything new to you. You probably grew up with your curves, right? So you know how to dress and what's going to accent it and what's going to like downplay them a little bit. I guess all I'm saying is they could downplay their curves at school, right? Like I'm not saying wear a muumuu, but it could be like a flowy dress. You know what I mean? If a little curve, like, oh, because she turned some way, she can't help that. You know what I mean? But if it's just like an overall something that's not accentuating everything she got, because you have to be, I think you should be mindful of the kids you're teaching. I don't know. That's just me. I get you. You got a curvy body. You know, you can or can't help that, whatever. You want to show it off. Cool. Just not from 9 a.m. to 2:30, you know.
Now, what if there's a fine principal, a fine teacher that I'm trying to be fine for? Now I got to sit here and got to sum it down because
you could be fine on parent-teacher conferences. You could be fine. I mean, there are so many other times. You know what I mean? The kids don't need a parent-teacher conference. Huh?
Sounds like a personal problem. They didn't hire you to come and be fine here.
You know what? Okay.
Though God did not say that you should come and be killing our kids with nonsense. Like, save the kids, you know?
But I bet you your kids going to school though. I bet you they in class.
Do they actually know what the teacher is talking about?
Probably do.
No.
I'd give it a
No.
I give it a
No.
55% chance that they probably know.
I bet you I
bet you they do.
I bet you that's my son's favorite class for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
What you mean? Like,
okay.
AK, you were a young boy. You had fine teachers.
well, like man, I had this one teacher who taught me French that she barely even knew herself. Listen. Anyways, let's not even get there. Like, we used to run to go to, like, that class was packed. You have to understand that every single desk in that class was filled up and some people were standing in the back. So don't say for the wrong reasons.
So you mean to tell me in that whole entire time you didn't learn how to lick French?
I'm telling you that this woman is teaching and we are literally scanning her from head to toe, bruh. Like, you can barely hear what she's saying. You're just scanning her. Like,
I think that they could still wear. But hey,
no, not too revealing stuff. Anyways, Terz, why are you so quiet? You're looking like Poppy. What's your thought to this? Let's hear.
I'm hearing both sides, and I think I agree with both sides, I suppose. Because if you have curves, you can hide. But let's not lie as though people who have curves, we know when we want to show them off. So let's not pretend like that's not a thing.
See? Yeah.
I feel like students have a dress code, teachers need to have one. You know what I'm saying? Like if the students are expected to come up at a certain standard, then you can't say I have to look presentable, but then you come with your clothes painted on, you know, not wearing undergarments and stuff.
And if you have nipple piercings, better not be showing. You better put enough padding to cover that shit up. You know, things like that. Yeah.
I don't think a dress code would work because all these teachers, the people who are wearing what they wear, it does fall under dress code, right? Business casual, I think it's how appropriate your pants are, right? Do you really need to tuck in that shirt? You know,
yeah.
Did you really have to wear that skirt? So it's tricky. But if it's not appropriate, you would know. Even if for you think it's appropriate, when you step in that environment, you will know it's not appropriate. A lot of eyes will tell you that it's not appropriate. Maybe it's worth considering. Is it fair? No, it's not. But that's what happens when you're in a business where you're in a customer facing position, right? Where they get to see you all the time. It's just unfortunate.
Yep. Like when I go to the business department of my job, best moment in that work experience, because you see the technology women, you see the business women, you can tell you know the difference. You know where, matter of fact, that you walk, you know where each person is coming from. If you see technology, you just know, these people, they just woke up from bed and came here. The business people, you know, they woke up and they really did their thing to come here, you know. And then some of them, they really did their thing. That you cannot just walk past and just be going. No, you have to turn back and look again. They're like, okay, cool. I think I've seen and my brain, eyes, you guys are matched, and then you keep going. Yeah. And then they two turn around and look too like, okay, like, well, I guess that's why we chose to wear to work today. So yeah, in this situation, we cannot call HR back. My eyes have no boundaries. Just be going. But yeah, that's it. We are the end now. Any comments? Any take backs, conclusions for this episode?
Everybody go read a book.
Jeez.
Go read a book this week.
Come on, join us on Stuck in the Podcast Book Club, y'all. Read a book a month.
Stuck in the Podcast Book Club. That's what it's called?
Middle Podcast Book Club.
Oh.
I don't know. That's the first time I'm hearing that name.
He said Stuck in the Podcast. So I was looking like,
Stuck in the Middle Podcast Book Club. You missed the Stuck in the Middle. You missed the in the middle.
I thought it was Power Central Book Club.
Where is it being? That's besides the point. But yeah, come on, join us.
Right.
Come on, join us. Where is it being posted?
I mean,
no, it's being hosted on Stuck in the Middle. That's where the episode is.
Yeah, but that's not the name that it's okay.
But it's also you know what?
No, it's collab. It's a collab, right? It's like more it's outreach, but it's being posted on Stuck in the Middle. So it's the book club on Stuck in the Middle.
Sorry, Sammy, I don't read. Sorry, I'm not in a book club, so let me be quiet.
So now you have assignment. Read a book this week.
Oh no, I can read. I just not in the book club. Yeah.
No, you don't have to join. I'm saying that when I say join us, meaning that you can.
Oh, no, read it.
Yeah, because we announce the book before we record, so you can read the book and then you can watch the recording. Then give us your opinion too. If our recording sucked, if we captured, what the book was about, things like that. So maybe you don't want to be part of the community, but you can indirectly be on the back scenes, by yourself. Since you want to be a loner, we also encourage that.
Oh, not a loner. Yikes.
Don't worry, I'm a loner in many different aspects of life, so it's okay. It's okay. So yeah. Anyways, read a book. That the book that we're currently reading. See, what was it?
The one that got away.
Yeah, by Mike
Gale, I think it is.
There you go. Yes. That was a very good recommendation. Thank you. I don't know why you always give me high blood, but one day God will judge you. I'm just simply telling you. One day God will judge you. You always recommend books that get my high blood pressure going. I don't understand why, but God will judge you one day for this. Anyways, conclusions for this episode, y'all. T, you go first, please.
Get an education, people. As much as I've said all the things that I would change when I become Secretary of Education.
Nice.
But education will always have its place. There's a clear difference between someone who got a formal education and someone who doesn't. I don't care how much money the latter has. There's always. Now, I'm not saying they're not stupid people, but I'm saying you would know. So education is always good. Formal education has its place. So get one if you can. May not be a degree. It can be trade, but definitely not an honorary degree.
Yep. Appreciate you. Tutu?
Let me not follow back because I was about to be like, school's a scam. He just gave that empowering and motivational speech, so I was about to be like, school is a whole scam.
School can never be a scam. The system is a scam, but school can never be a scam. Never. It's because of school that you have your job right now.
We'll wait for you to debate. We'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait. We have time. Anyways, yeah. You good? You good? You good? Okay.
I'm still debatable. Continue.
And that was your own, other than, yeah, you said something last time, I forget. But yeah, what's your own?
Read a book.
Yeah, go to the book. There you go.
Yeah, I think that, just the more that you read, the more that you are knowledgeable. And that just makes us better people. It opens you up to different cultures, opens you up to different ideas other than your own. Yeah, it's important to read. Very important. It's a lot of skills.
Yeah. And lastly, learn a new language if you can. Something other than your primary language or languages, for those who speak multiple. So learn a new language or pick up a new skill. You can learn how to clap your butt cheeks, for one, or you can learn how to sew or cook, just saying. Anyways, I appreciate you. Huh?
Clapping butt cheeks.
Yep. It's a very fancy skill, in case of, if in case you're in a place where you can't use your lips to talk, at least you can make sounds with some other things, But anyways, it's an episode, literacy, repeating classes, things like that was our topics for this episode. If you made it this far, you're a great one, man. We appreciate you. Leave a comment at the bottom of this episode or in every other social and streaming platform. What you think, your ideas, your concerns, your thoughts about this episode, or if you have topics for future episodes that you want for us to cover, we open to them, for the suggestions. So, yeah. What if it was Uncle AK, Terz, Tutu, Anna, my co-host here. We Palm Wine Central Podcast, and catch you on the next one. Peace.
Bye.